Hello, welcome to this new tutorial. What we are going to create is a wrapped candy, and it's a very easy way to modeling this, and we are going to use the cloth engine. So let's go to the tutorial. Okay, the first thing we need is a cylinder. You can find it in this menu, and we need the following settings: radius 130 and height 850, 30 height segments and 36 rotation segments, and this will be our paper wrapping. And the next thing we need is a sphere, and we're going to increase the segments around 40, so it will be a little more smooth. This will be, of course, our candy. And what we need to do is we need to place the sphere inside, in the middle of the cylinder, like this. And another thing is, what we don't need is those top segments, because we want the wrapping to be open at the sides. And to do this, we have to transform it into an edible object. And just select the top and always make sure only visible segments, because otherwise you will lose some polygons we want to keep. So that's the top, and of course don't forget the bottom. And you see the sphere again through the cylinder. Okay, what we need next is when we are going to wrap this plastic around our candy, we want it to be smooth, and we want to have the option that it will wrinkle also smoothly. And to make sure that will happen, we can increase the number of segments on the top and the bottom of this shape. So you go into the front or the side view, it doesn't matter. And choose a rectangle selection. Just around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just in the bottom, same amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then mass command subdivide. Okay. And the next thing we need is we have to also make this edible, otherwise the cloth engine won't work. Just rename it. This is the candy, and this is the candy paper. And we want the paper to collide with the candy, so we make this a cloth collider, and this will be the actual cloth. And what we want is we want a dress mode, and the dress mode is an engine that will wrinkle the cloth, in this case of course the paper, around the candy. And when you press this, the blue will change into white. And we have all kinds of settings over here, and this will have different effects about the way it will wrap around the candy. So we can play a little with this, but first we have to make a selection which polygons will be wrapped, and we want this section to be wrapped around the candy. And sorry, I have to select, of course, the paper. First we can invert it, or then we have exactly the selection we want. And if you didn't have it on the selection, just like this. And this is not the way to do this, because you see what happens. Like this. I don't know why both are selected. Go into your cloth tag and then set the selection, and what you'll see, it will change and become yellow, and then we increase the or decrease the white around 5 and maybe a little more steps, but we can change it later on. And then press the Dress-O-Matic and let's see what happens. Okay, well, just take a look around and just maybe it shrank too much. And maybe we'll take this to 25. 5 seconds and press again. And this is all a little better. Okay, we see some strange things happen over here. And that's not the way we want it. So 30 and maybe put it around 7. You have to play a little bit and depends on your settings. Yeah, still does a little bit strange. And maybe we can fix it by going into the candy. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong button. And we go into the candy. Just hide this one a little. And maybe we can do something about the size of the object. Go to scale and just make it a little bit smaller, like that, and see what happens. Oh, that's not what we want. Okay, clear the selection. Make a new selection. Yeah, you see now that it's more round. And maybe we need a little bit more space around the top. So what we can do is we just clear the selection and go to the side or front view and just increase the selection, set it again, and then press again. Okay, just a quick check, and this looking better already. Okay, it's not perfect yet, but we're getting close. And what we see now is we have two options. Is we're going to keep this like it is, and we're going to edit some things about it, but then we are losing our cloth engine. And what we can do is make a copy of it and call it original. Let's place the candy and the paper inside. Make a copy. Working. We call this candy. Okay. Just hide it. And you see we have still the original. And why this is like this is because we need to do with this copy a new dressmatic. Okay, we got the exact copy again, and then we are going to delete the tag. Okay, and then we can move it and it will stay in its shape. And we can work in making this candy perfect again. Do more is we can make this a little bit shorter, because maybe this and this side is maybe a little bit too big. So we take the paper, go into the side view, and we can do a loop selection. And okay, that's not what I want. Yeah, and do that on the bottom as well, like that, and maybe even more, but we can do that later on again also. And what we now need is we need a twist. We need to place a twist on the top, and twist will only work when you place it beneath the object you want to have a twist. So put it under the paper and then just increase the number, and you will see it will start to twist. And we want the twist to happen from the point where the candy ends and the paper continues. And it's all around about personal taste, of course. Okay, we need one at the top, and just make a copy and go to the bottom section. Okay. What went wrong is we see the candy through, so let's make a material and put it on the candy, and we'll see the candy is shining through, and that's because of the twist effect we are putting on it. Okay, and what we need is a new material. We want it to be transparent, just a little fraction, and put it on the paper like that. And okay, then we got our paper wrapping, and of course we can make it more fancy by adding some other textures. Okay, let's create a different texture. Put the reflection to 1.25. We don't need a color. And what we need is a color, just going in like a gradient, and put it to 3D roll, and just add some extra points. Okay, this is red, on this, and just white, and we want again red again, and want another white, red again, okay. We want it as smooth as possible, so put the points together. And we need another white. Okay, like that. We put it on real. Okay. And maybe it's a little bit too much reflection. So, paper, and let's have a look. And you won't see much of it now because of course we have a dark background. Let's put some background in. I got an original one. You can buy this of course from Grayscale Gorilla, and otherwise you can make your own. Put it into the center. Okay, and just gave it a turn. Oh, sorry. Put this off. Okay, put it on the floor. And what we can do is just decrease the reflection a little bit more. We don't need that shiny. Maybe a little bit too much stripes. So get rid of one and divide the others a little bit better. This one. Just like that. Okay, and have a look again. And we can hide the original. And there you have your candy paper wrinkle. And to improve the quality of your render, you can go to your editing settings and turn on global illumination, and it gives you more shadows, and the reflections will be different. Give you an example. But the background is almost white, so when the candy is finished it will be ready very soon. Okay, there it comes. Okay, and there's your candy. Of course, there are all kind of options. You can change, of course, the color of wrapping, color of the candy, but that's all up to personal taste. This is just a start for you, and then your own imagination. You can create all different kinds of candy. Have fun, and this is the end of this tutorial. Bye.